Well, hello and welcome. I thought I would try a new thing. This is Arts and Wellness Wednesdays, and I don't normally do a video, so for those who normally listen on the podcast, I'm doing a video as well. So if you want to see me live, well, you're not seeing me live, but you're going to see me on video, and it's just for those who just want to connect. You know, you can hear the voice, and some people just, you know, like I'm finding that, well, before I go on, Happy New Year. Yeah, that's the first thing. Happy New Year, and thank you for joining me. So if you are watching this, welcome to those who visit my YouTube channel, and also welcome to those who listen on the podcast. And there are many different podcasts that this is shared on, so thank you for joining me. So yeah, Happy New Year, and just to remind you that you're the creator of your own reality. Now, I start off saying that because there's so many things, there can be so many things that we hold ourselves back from, because we think we're not good enough, we don't have enough skills, we're not in the right environment, we don't have the tools or supplies. And this is to remind you that when you take a look at this year, there's so many things happening. There's so many things that will be happening that you need to get yourself ready for. And it's to remind you, or to let you know, that you have all the tools. Whatever it is you think of that you're saying to yourself, I really want to do, think about what it is that you need to make that thing a reality. So first of all, you need to, you've got your vision, you need to make it plain, you need to write it down. Then you need to work backwards. What's the outcome you want to achieve? And then work backwards. So what do I need to do today? So I've started this month by saying to myself, at the end of each week, I want to have achieved a certain amount of things. So I've got lists and books, and I've written, loads and loads of men on cards. This is what I started today. I've started writing on cards some of the things that I wanted to do. And then I thought, look, you've probably written all of these things out in one of the books. So another one of the things that I'm planning to do for this month, as I said, I wanted to go through all the things that I wanted to achieve, and at the end of each week, look and see how far I've come, and then have a target for the end of each month. So I've also got it's an A5 diary. I've been using my diary on my phone to schedule a load of appointments, and then I've got an app called Asana that is quite a good tool in terms of so rather than me having reams and books of ideas that are written down, I put the projects. With Asana, you can put different projects, and definitely go and look at it and see what you think. It took me a while to get used to, or to decide how I wanted it to work for me. So what it meant initially, well, last year, what it meant for me was that I could have all my projects, and there's so many things I want to do, but I could have them all listed, and then underneath each one, so each one is like if you think of Pinterest, for those of you who know about Pinterest, it's about having several different boards, and then under those boards I can put all the things that are related to the things that I like under that board. So Asana is the same. You can either have boards with boards with, you can have boards or lists. So I've chosen boards with lists because Well, as I say, what I normally do is I've got a book and I write the title of the thing that I wanted to work on or project I wanted to work on, and then I list out all the things that need to be done, and then I break them down. And so that's the kind of thing. So it's having like a visual thing rather than me having books and then I've filled up this book, so I'm writing in another book. I can just have everything to do with, say, arts and wellness in one place, and then that's broken down into, I've got the podcasts, I've got the videos now, and this is a new thing that I'm trying out, to have a video element where it's another way of sharing the content that you're creating, and, you know, different people process it differently. So some might just be, you know, like I do, I will sometimes watch a video, especially where it's to do with the gardening. So if there's things that I want to inspire myself with, or and I'm looking in the distance because I can see my garden from where I'm sitting, so I'm like, which is a beautiful view. But sometimes, you know, for a YouTube video, I might just listen to what the person's saying. And especially if they're talking, you know, like we're kind of doing now, it's like I just really want to hear what they're saying. And then maybe a different time I might just want to watch, depending on what I'm watching. Like if I'm watching a tutorial, then obviously you want to watch it. But I'm finding sometimes I'm doing, like I might be working in my art journal and I'll be listening to a video, or a podcast or whatever it is. So that, all of that said, I wanted to welcome you, and what I want to also encourage you to be able to do is to think about what your vision is for not only the year, because it could be, you know, there's so many things you may want to achieve for the year, but you're gonna have to bring it in a bit. So the year, 6 months, month, week, today, the next 6 hours, the next hour. And I want you to really think about how you're going to make the most of the hours that you have. So like the next 12 hours. So, you know what, the thing that's calling me at the moment is the beach. It's just like, why not spend the first day of the year in the sea and spend some time at the sea? So I'm going to try and fit that in for today. But it's to really look at, you know, what it is you want to do. And we all can set, you know, these, the word that came to me was lofty New Year's resolutions, but I say lofty in that it's not that it's unobtainable, but it's that we set these things without really believing that we can do them. Now, I've over the years, I have written out, again, on cards, and I'm just reaching for the cards now, so for those of you who are watching the video, you'll be able to see them. For those of you who are listening, I will be putting some images on the blog so that you can go to the blog and see them, or watch the video. But I created these, and so they're, you know, just a ring bound, and they're just cards which I've written things that I want to do. And after I'd written on the cards, I also wrote on the back. So, like, okay, I'll read you this one. This particular card says, I want to produce a monthly newsletter that is successful, and increase sales of my work, originals and prints. And then on the back, I've just put like a word of encouragement. I will have a great newsletter that people will want to receive on a monthly basis, full of exciting projects, how-tos, info, tips and words of encouragement. People will sign up on all of my platforms. Now, I haven't yet started the newsletter, and I've started it in a kind of vein, and and then I kind of lost the momentum because I was trying to make it like somebody else's, and I couldn't even think of who this somebody else was. It was just like I knew that it wasn't how I wanted it to be. And it was just like, why don't you, thinking about it now, why don't you just start simple? Just create a simple newsletter filled with information that you want to share. And not think about, well, that I want it to be successful. What does that mean? What does success mean to you in that? I mean, I've put increased sales of my work and originals. So if it means that, I'm producing a newsletter where I can share my work, then why don't you? That is something you can do. It doesn't have to be on a card where you think, oh yes, I've got all of these things that I want to achieve and I'll achieve them one day. But I looked at it this year with new eyes thinking, actually you can do that. That's just literally sitting down and, you can even plan for the next couple of months what you want to put in there. So I went through all of the goals that I had, although this one is, I want to participate as a teacher at art retreats. But again, even thinking about that, we're in a beautiful island, Barbados, and I can create an art retreat here. It doesn't have to be something massive. You can have like a day retreat. It doesn't have to be that I have to travel 5,000 miles, book in a hotel, and that might come. But what is it you can do right now with the things that you say you want to do? So that is one of the things that I'm working on, and one of the things that I've set up in my I set it up in my diary for one, but I will have it online as well, in my Asana project thing. So at the end of each month, it's like, what is the thing that I want to achieve? And that at the beginning of the month this is a list of the targets that I want to set for myself. So I'm working towards that. So for those of you who know, you might have visited my Patreon. So I want to be more, not consistent, because I'm beginning to be quite consistent now and planning the work, but I want you to really receive the value that is there. And again, for me, kind of like looking generally, I want to increase my output. So I'm producing things. I've got 3 podcast episodes, this being one of them, each week. I've got my reality arts videos. So this looks like it's going to be an additional one on Wednesdays, or the Wednesday video, kind of just chat kind of thing. So I've got 2 videos each week so it'll be 4 videos, because I've got Monday Creation in Faith that has a video as well. It's art journal video. And if I've got the Arts and Wellness Wednesdays, you'll sometimes get a video, sometimes not, depending on what the subject is for that week. If it's a book review, it will be nice for you to see the book. So I'm thinking along those lines. And then I've got my Creative Gardener videos, and I do 2 videos a week. So I'm doing all these things, but I'm not sharing it as widely as I could do. So the people who may be interested in, you might be interested in gardening, so take a look at the gardening channel. And it's about my adventure in the garden. So, and in other places, gardens, not garden centres, but there are some beautiful botanical gardens here, and I visit, different gardens and just share with my subscribers on my YouTube channel, what I've been doing. So so I want to be able to be more strategic with where my the work is going, so that people can see this is what I'm doing, this is what I enjoy doing, and you can always join me for the journey. The other thing I want for me is looking at is fearlessness. So again, it took me a while to think, okay, well, should I do a video with this? Should I, talk to you? And really, excuse what's going on in the background, but it's my studio. So I know they say, have a clear background and stuff like that. But I hope you feel, if you're on my art YouTube channel, that it's inspiring you to go out there and be creative or tidy up your workspace. I don't know which one. The other word is limitless. So there is nothing that, if you put your mind to it, that you cannot do. And it's encouraging you to, whatever creative activity you've always wanted to do, to use this year as a launch pad for you to kind of try something new. And maybe that's a thing that you do for the rest of the year. Each month do one thing that scares you. Each month do one thing that you think, oh, I could never do that, or oh, I'd really love to try that. So think about those things. And also the use of technology. So as I say, using technology to share the things that I'm doing. There's a lot of, I've been doing my podcast for over a year. We're coming into 2 years, and it's just like amazing to think that before that wasn't an opportunity. You had to, if you had money, then obviously you could do it. But if you were working with a tight budget, you couldn't. And so the idea that you can either whip out your phone or, as I'm talking to you now, just create something is amazing. So using technology that I have around me, some people will have, some amazing technology, and if you don't have it, don't allow that to be your stumbling block, because you've got a smartphone. Just utilize that, and the more you do it, the the more you'll be able to find the funds or generate the funds to be able to get better equipment. That's what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping to that the computer that I'm using at the moment, I think it's reaching its time where it's saying, look, do you know what? I can't keep up with the things that you want to do. So you need more memory, or you need a new system, you need a new computer. So I'd love to, what I've been looking at, I've been thinking about getting a desktop now and getting a Mac, and because I do a lot of videos, and I've been told that it's one of the best in terms of, the video editing. I don't know all the terminology, but I just need something. This is what I need, okay? I need a computer that can handle me working on different things at the same time, because, I might be editing a video, and if it's exporting, I need to be able to maybe even work on another video with a different program. I need to be able to have my emails up, be checking emails, to be writing as well. I'm just thinking that if I do get a Mac, because I'm used to a PC, in terms of working with like Word documents and things like that. But my son said there shouldn't be, or there shouldn't be any problem with the videos. But I'm just thinking of Word documents. I'm used to using Word documents, but hey, we can try something new. So, but yeah, I'm really looking for something that I can edit videos on really well and quickly, that I can increase, oh, there's a little yellow bird outside my window, that I can increase my production, improve the production, that I can edit videos. I do a lot of video editing. I found some new apps on my phone, and so I've been using those. I'd like to do some kind of, well, you'll see, I've got some just kind of, what would you call them? It's just comic-like, using kind of I'm not been using animation, but I may use some animation. So it's just looking at technology and seeing how you can share what you do in a different way. I'm on TikTok as well. I've just been sharing some videos. So again, improving short form video, and just, you know, to be able to put your point across in 15 to 60 minutes. So what are the other things? So for Arts and Wellness Wednesdays, I will be doing more interviews. I've got some interviews lined up, and so, you know, we'll still be having our chats, and I'll still be chatting. I'll still be talking about different things, but I want to be able to share. There's a lot of people out there doing some really good work that I want to share. I'm just trying to think who'll be the ones for this month, and we'll see anyway. I know next month for sure I've got an artist who is called Nala, and he'll be doing something in February. I did an interview with him, so I'll be sharing that with you. I'll be sharing the video of the interview, and I'll also be sharing the audio of that with you. And he's doing a theatre production. I haven't got all the details yet, but when I do get the details in February, I'll be sharing all that, and then you can go and see what his links are. And I'll be doing more reviews. I started off doing some reviews, but I'll be doing more reviews, and stepping up a level. You know, there's kind of like it's a sense of urgency, but also a sense of, oh my goodness, so many things are possible. So many things, we can achieve so many things. And there's so many things I want to do. Like, I'm looking at my monthly planner at the moment. It's empty in the sense of, I couldn't decide whether to put my general weekly output. If I did that, it'll be full. And so when I look at my Asana, when I look at I've got my scheduler, it's just like, it's all full with different things. And as I say, you know, each day I'm doing a different thing. So Monday, Wednesday and Fridays is my podcast days. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my creative gardener videos. Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays now are my art videos, and Saturdays I've got Google My Business, and I do affiliates. I share on Amazon. I share, where else do I share? On my website. So there's a lot of different platforms that I'm sharing on, and it's like, how do you bring them together so that you're sharing information, you're sharing it, you're not, how can I don't even need to explain it, but you're sharing the information and you're doing it productively, yeah? So I want us to focus on the journey and enjoying the journey. You know, as I say, I've got what I want to do at the beginning of the month. This is my target for the month. And at the end of each week, what have I achieved for my overall kind of targets that I'm saying that I want to do? And really putting things in place and systems in place so that those things, that I hit those targets. And it's not too, it's not so rigid, but it's things that I enjoy doing. So why not achieve those things and be able to, you know, we all want to be able to get paid for the things that we enjoy doing. So why not have those things now, be doing those things now, experiencing them and providing value, and know that, you know, the financial rewards will come. But this is not about, you know, like, okay, so you're going to hit this target and make this amount. I think it's important to have a target in mind as to what you want to achieve financially and be able to do those things. Because if I don't hit the targets that I want to achieve financially, then all the other things that I want to do, like I want to start a foundation. I want to be able to train people in terms of, providing them with information on art and creativity, arts and health, arts and dementia health, carers, using art journals to impact on your health and well-being. And like, this is all about health and well-being. So what are the resources that we can create? If I don't have finances coming in, then I can't think about the things that I want to do. And you'll focus in and have, know that your bills are paid, and be able to focus on the value that you want to provide other people. So you need to have money flowing in. So there's no kind of getting around that, and there's no feeling like insecure about it, or, oh no, I can't talk about that. At the end of the day, if you don't have money coming in, you can't pay your bills, and you can't do the work that you really want to, and affect change, and to encourage other people to step up and use their voice. And that's what these sessions are also about, to help you find your voice and use your voice. Use art to impact on your health and creativity, health and wellness, and find a way to express yourself using creativity. So for me, that is through, visual, the audio, the, painting, creating. You see so many things around me. You can see sculptures, can you see any of the textile work? But you go on, any of my platforms, and you'll see that I do textiles, I do fabric textiles, sculpture, clay, fabric, painting, art journals. I do the things that bring joy to me. I take photographs, I edit videos, I make podcasts, and as I said, it's limitless. There's no limit to the things that you can achieve or do, and I hope you're feeling my enthusiasm. So what you're going to expect, you can expect to share your voice and let it be heard. You can expect to be inspired and be inspiring, and stepping out of your comfort zone. And every time you step out of your comfort zone and you step into, oh my gosh, new territory, and then that new territory becomes comfortable, and you step out of that, and that's how you're advancing, you're moving forward, you're growing. So, one of the things I'd love to be able to do is hire, maybe 1 or 2 part-time staff that will help me on my journey. As I grow, I'm going to need, a bigger support network. At the moment, it's me, myself, and I. So, and the occasional, if I can inveigle my son to, do some typing for me. But essentially, it's been me, and I'm not allowing that to stop me, because at the end of the day, as I said, there's so many things I want to do. So even if it is that I have to just scale back and say, okay, I can't do this now. At the moment, like, I've added video, but do you know, I said to myself, I'm not going to spend a lot of time editing this video. It's going to be as if you dropped in and we're having a chat. That's how things are going to be. It's like not going to be slick, and I want to provide you value. And if it means that I don't have a flashy intro or the wording, I'll have imagery, obviously, because I like imagery. But at the end of the day, it's going to be us coming together and seeing what can work and moving forward. Because do you know what? For sure, at the end of this month, I'm going to have the things that I've placed on my list of things that I wanted to achieve. They're going to be done. And then we're going to move on. I'm going to move on, to the next thing, and see the growth. This is 2020, feels like it's a year of growth. I wanted to tell you as well what I did. Did I show you? No, I didn't show you. I don't think I did. I wrote last year. It's funny saying last year, it was only last month. But last year, I wrote out, I've got all these cards, and I just sat there one day and I was just like, positive words. What are these positive words, encouraging words? So I wrote all of them, and I've got, and then I started going through my months and randomly choosing the word for each month for me. And then what I do in my Creating in Faith is I had a set of words. So each month I have a set of words, depending on how many weeks for the month. So weekly there's a new word, and I talk to that word, and hopefully encourage, and that's what you hear on the podcast. And so every day, is it every day? Every week there's a new word, every month there's a new word, and for each of the podcast episodes there's a general monthly word. I've got loads of outside my window I've got loads of hummingbirds. They like the moringa flowers. Anyway, so the words for this month, the general words, monthly words: free. Feel free to step out and create your own reality. You know you can. Visionary. You've got to have a vision. See the vision, and don't think that this is not something that I can achieve. Anything's possible. You've got to dream big, yeah, and achieve. So you're going to achieve so many things by the end of this month, and you're going to take it slowly. You're going to build on it. So think about what you want to achieve today. What are the things you want to do? Put the steps in place, and maybe even take this week if you haven't done so already, because you know I really like thinking about these things, and that's why I've got my words. I've got I've written about the words up until the end of the month. I like to plan ahead so that I'm not, oh my gosh, I've got to do these words this week, and get overwhelmed and then don't do them. I've also got a bird's nest, and just outside my window, and the baby, the chicks, oh my days, it was like they were starving all the time. That's all you could hear. Anyway, so those are the words for the month, and those are the words for the month. So, you know, come back and listen to the podcast episodes for Creating in Faith, and listen to the inspirational shorts, and obviously listen to the Arts and Wellness Wednesdays. So coming up, what have we got coming up for the next few months? On my arts and health site, I've got some events that are happening in January, so I'll leave the links. Definitely go there and see what's happening so far. There's a couple of things like training for arts and dementia, some workshops going on. There was also the government are doing something called it was this organisation that was given some funding called Creative, and they've called it Creative Befriending. So you do some workshops, you as an artist, creative, whatever your field is, you are connected with somebody else. You go through a series of trainings so that you may, like, it might be that the person you're connected with, you're encouraging them to do something. So it might be like they like going to the cinema, or they want to go to an art gallery, so they pair you with somebody, or you know, they may want to do a creative activity, painting. So it's either they provide you with a list of events in particular areas, or that's something that you also find out, but they pair you with somebody and they support you along the way, and for you to then support the other person. So look on the Arts and Wellness, the Arts and Health online site that I've got, and you can look at that. At the Queen's Park Gallery, up until the 18th of January, there's the Celebrating Textiles exhibition. It's amazing. I've done a video. Have I posted the video? Would you have seen the video? yeah, it's the video that is being posted today. So many videos being posted today. You're in for a visual treat. I've tried to really just go around the exhibition space. I'll talk a little bit about my work as well. But go around the exhibition space, you'll see the work of the other artists. And I'm not sure whether they've done, whether a visual, there's usually like a visual catalogue done on Google and it's shared. The other place to go is the Barbados Visual Arts Facebook page, and also they've got an online magazine that comes out each month, and it's published by Corrie Scott. That's the other thing I wanted to do. I wanted to publish an arts magazine of my art and talk about it. There's so many different pieces of art I'd love to be able to share, you know, like the art of the month, or, you know, anyway. So I'm talking on my feet yet. I need to kind of process it, because there's other things, as I say, that I wanted to do. There's the artist studio tours. So we're opening our studio. So I'm opening my creative space. You'll be able to visit my gallery space and come and look around and see. This is where I actually work, but I'm displaying the artwork in a separate space, my home basically, and it's wheelchair friendly. So if you do have a disability, there's 2 steps. Yeah, so if you are in a wheelchair, it's accessible. So I'll be pleased to welcome, you know, those of you who would like to come on the artist studio tours. It's the 14th and 15th, or the 15th and 16th. It's a Saturday and Sunday of that particular month. It's either the 14th and 15th, actually. I can tell you because I've got the cards. Got the cards here. Artist studio tours. So it's the 15th and 16th of February and the 14th and 15th of March, between 11 and 5. So what I suggest is, and we have some, I don't think I've got it on my desk here, but we've got some programs as well that are going to be available, and it's got a map in there, it lists all the artist studios, and I just suggest you start in the morning, you work your way around. On one day, you know, you find a place for lunch, and there's loads of places around. Stop for lunch, and, you know, then go and see the others, and then the Sunday, go for a swim, and then go around the studios and, you know, see some of the work as well. The other thing that's happening, so the artist studios happens in February and March. And then you've got the Caribbean Fine Art Fair, which is on the 11th to the 15th of March. And so for me, that's going to be it's going to be a really busy time, because I've got the 2 days of the artist studio tours and making sure everywhere's tidy. And then the Caribbean Fine Art Fair, I'm exhibiting in the Fine Art Fair and also doing some of the social media. So I'll be talking to some artists as well, talking to as many artists as I can fit in over the period. And I'm really looking forward to that, actually, because it's really a great way to get to know the artists better. You see their work, and just to really, it's like a 5-10 minutes kind of insight into their work. And I'll be sharing that on my Caribbean Experience YouTube channel, so that you can see all the artists. And it's really to kind of build up a collection of videos of artists and them talking about their work, because you don't necessarily always get to see it. And for artists, we know how it can be where you know, in terms of talking about our work and sharing our work on video. And sometimes it's easier having somebody point a camera at you and just you talk. And yeah, again, it will be, you'll get an insight into their work, and then you can visit them on their platform to find out more about their work. So I'm really looking forward to that. And so the gala night for the artists, yeah, it's going to be, as I said, it's going to be a busy time. You've got, on the 11th, the opening gala night of the Caribbean Fine Art Fair. And then you've also got the screening of the Fire This Time Art Barbados. And it's a film produced, filmed, edited by Alan Springer. So again, I'll be leaving links to his site as well. You can see what's coming up for that. And when you buy your ticket to the gala, it also gives you entry into the screening of the premiere of the film. So the film's being screened at the Frank Collymore Hall. So it's going to be like a really nice event. I was going to say black tie, but you know, it's going to be a really lovely event. And so we're really looking forward to that. And then, yeah, CAFA, the Caribbean Fine Art Fair, goes on until the 15th. So there'll be spoken word, there'll be a fashion show, there'll be, on that particular, on the gala night, I'll try and do a live stream so that you can see. And so you can see, if you're not able to attend, you know, in person, you'll be able to see highlights. I'll try and do highlights of the event, and then that will be shared. You'll be able to, you know, see the replays on Facebook, on my Facebook page. Yeah, so there's lots of things coming up. And I also, yeah, one other thing, I'm hoping to be, it's kind of like 50-50. So I'm going to be talking more on the arts and as an artist, how you share your work. And I'll be doing it in a different location in another Caribbean island. So I'm looking forward to sharing that. And then also while I'm there talking to, there's artists there who also do like art therapy and look at how the arts impact on health and well-being. And it'll be a great way to kind of just, you know, link up with other people in different Caribbean islands. And I will be doing that more over the course of the year. So definitely listen out, but also look out. Why don't you come and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll know when the videos come up. And yeah, also just, you know, subscribe to the podcast as well. So what else is there? I think that was it. That's all the things that I wanted to cover in this episode, and I'm so glad that you could join me. I'm glad if you're watching the video you can join me and it wasn't too kind of, okay, you know, if I can throw up some imagery as well, you know, while you're watching. But thank you for joining me, and look forward to, you know, come and join me on Friday for the the inspirational shorts. And yeah, just stay tuned. Let me know what kind of things you're going to be looking at, what your vision is for 2020, for January, for this week, for this month, yeah? And, you know, take your time, take baby steps, and know that you're the creator of your own reality. All things are possible. Limitless. If you've seen that film, I love that film, Limitless. And you're not going to need the drug, but you are going to just go for it this year, and you're going to have some amazing results. And yeah, I'm going to be along there for the journey, cheering you on, and you know, wishing you much success. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'll do another video next week of this, depending on what the topic is for Arts and Wellness Wednesdays, but who knows. I'll keep it short though. It'll be shorter, a shorter video, I think. Anyway, take care for now. See you soon, and remember to stay blessed and be a blessing. Bye for now.